What's up, everybody in YuGiOh YouTube land? This is jesseburn representing Team FTK, and what you guys are about to watch is a special guest upload. We're going to be doing those on Wednesdays. So if you're a YuGiTuber, friend of the channel, want to get your name out there and post a deck profile, please get a hold of us. We would love to see you guys on Wednesdays. Also, I'm here to talk about Team FTK's new custom playmat. So we got this made at Inked Gaming, which is who we are working with now. Team FTK is now affiliated with Inked Gaming, so we will be working together. So if you guys want to get a custom playmat and also get amazing playmats, you can enter the promo code TeamFTK10 to get 10% off of your order today. So that promo code once again is TeamFTK10, and you can get 10% off of your order. Also, make sure to subscribe to Team FTK and also the awesome YuGiTubers who post on Wednesday. This is Jesse Byrne, out.
So what is going on, guys? This is Noah from TeamJNTS, and today, guys, I'm bringing you guys my updated Altergeist deck profile for the October 2018 format. For this format, I actually think Altergeist is one of the better decks this format, especially because Thunder Dragons are on the rise and they're very susceptible to Altergeist's forms of outing monsters. So I feel like this deck could see a lot more play for this upcoming format, which is why I decided to show you guys my deck profile. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. To start things off, guys, we play obviously 3 copies of Multi-Faker. This is the God card of your deck. You obviously want to tutor this card and get this card into your hand as quickly as possible every single time. Then we play 3 Mellow Seek to grab your Multi-Faker. 3 Marionetter. You want to maximize on your starter cards, of course. And an interesting choice that I decided to play was 3 Silquitas. So for this deck, guys, I actually personally love 3 Silquitas because you want to be resolving Multi-Faker as many times as you possibly can, guys. So, and by having 3 Silk, you can send them to the grave more often and actually add your traps back to your hand, which allows you to extend your combos and continue off on your plays. And then, of course, we play the 1 Altergeist Conqueror. This card's absolutely insane. You need to play it at 1. I feel like it's a staple at this point for attack negations in terms of the Altergeist deck. So now for our standard hand trap lineup, we play 3 Ash and 2 Ogre. I feel like 5 hand traps are enough. Ash is the best hand trap this format, and Ogre is also pretty good for hitting Summon Sorceress, which is also very, very good. I don't think Droll or Cherries is very good this format, in my personal opinion. So now on to the spells. We play 3 copies of Pot of Duality. You want to see this card in your hand pretty much every single first turn. The only time this card becomes awkward is when you have Pot of Duality plus Milu Seek, because you can't special summon the Link Karibo using your Milu Seek if you use Pot of Duality, but if you don't use your Milu Seek, you won't really see your combo pieces. So it can be kind of an awkward hand, but that doesn't happen very often, and you want to see this card relatively quickly as possible. Digging 3 cards deep in your deck is very powerful and can really start your plays, especially when you have the possibility of seeing your Marionetter or your Multi-Faker. So another choice that I played is Secret Village of the Spellcasters. I love this card so much more than Anti-Spell Fragrance or Imperial Order. There's no cost. All of your cards are spellcasters. So, like, it doesn't really matter, and like the fact that if you don't control a spellcaster, you can't activate spell cards. Like, who cares? Like, you don't play spell cards anyways. Like, it doesn't. The downsides just don't even matter. And in terms of the meta, like, not really many decks besides like Mech Knight Invoke have spellcasters, and like maybe just like the Fairy Tale Snow of the Burning Abyss. But like, this card doesn't really do anything against Burning Abyss anyways. But yeah, this shuts down strikers. Like, it just hurts so many decks that require spells because they don't necessarily have spellcasters. Anyways, 3 Protocol. This card is insane. You want to see this card every single duel, first turn, every single duel. It doesn't even matter. If you don't see this card, things become tougher. You want to be adding this off of Marionetter every single time. And the reason I play 3 is because you want to be resolving Marionetter as many times as possible, because sometimes you bounce your Marionetter back to your hand off your Silquetus, and you want to normal summon it again. You want to make sure you have enough targets for Marionetter, as well as seeing this card as quickly as possible. Additionally, we play 2 copies of Altergeist Manifestation. This card is also absolutely insane. I love the combo where you can activate this, bounce it back to the hand, and it still resolves. I use this a lot. Send Multi-Faker to the grave, or link away Multi-Faker, then activate this to trigger Multi-Faker's effect again, which is absolutely insane. I like 2 because I like being able to banish one to like add an Altergeist trap back to my hand. That's why I play 2, because I want to make sure I always have 1 extra to use. And another card that I feel as if is absolutely necessary is 3 copies of Reckless Greed. This card is insane. It doesn't matter if you see multiples of them, because you can activate 3 of them and you still only skip 2 draw phases. So you can actually end up drawing 6 cards and still only be skipping 2 draw phases, which is absolutely insane in my opinion. This card, Altergeist is already a slow deck to begin with, so opening this actually doesn't hurt you at all. Because a cool thing is, if you draw in a Multi-Faker off this, you can special summon Multi-Faker right away, because Multi-Faker activates on the resolution of a trap card. So when Reckless Greed activates, draw 2 cards. If you drew in a Multi-Faker, you can actually trigger Multi-Faker right away. And Reckless Greed is an absolutely insane card for this deck. I recommend that you all play it. And another meta choice that I ended up playing is 2 copies of Heavy Storm Duster. This is mostly for the Sky Striker matchup and a lot of back row decks. I feel as this is important to play nowadays, but as you know, Thunder Dragons are becoming very, very popular. So I might end up cutting this in the future, but this is what I'm playing currently at the moment. So here we go. And then another card that's essential for seeing first turn is Personal Spoofing. This card is not a hard once per turn, which is insane. Like anything that's not a hard once per turn is absolutely insane, because a cool little thing is, like, if you control an Altergeist card, plus if you have like a multiple spoofings on activated, you can actually like negate like so many of your opponent's attacks by like activating spoofing, shuffling Konkiri back into the deck, adding Konkiri. They get a replay battle, negate attack, activate spoofing, and if you have Silquetus on board plus Link Karibo, which you turn out almost every single time, you can at times you can end up with like 4 to 5 attack negations, which is like super funny watching your opponent try to attack at you, and they just can't. So yeah. And then we also play 3 copies of Solemn Strike. Now this card is great for this format. It negates effects and attacks and special summons. You can just flip this the second your opponent tries to summon Sorceress. I sold. They activate an effect. Literally any effect. You just flip Strike. It can really hurt them. Usually you want to wait till your opponent brings out their boss monster, then you just strike them. This can hit This can hit Titan. Although it can protect itself. Actually, no, it can't protect itself on Solemn Strike because you can't chain to the activation of Solemn Strike. But yeah, so Solemn Strike. So now on to our extra deck. So we play 1 Link Karibo, 1 Claire and Rushka. This card's really important for when you're under Rivalry of the Warlords. Speaking of which, I don't play Rivalry because I don't necessarily like it as much. I don't know. I'd rather be playing other cards like Solemn Strike and stuff like that. But yeah, 1 Claire and Rushka. 1 Prime Banshee. This card is all right. I mean, like it's in your out to Ultimate Falcon pretty much. If like you happen to pop it, you can make Hextia and then point it to Prime Banshee. Then Hextia boosts up to like 3,600 attack, I believe, which is your out to Ultimate Falcon. And then we play 3 Hextia. This card is the best card in your extra deck. So like honestly, you don't end up going into a lot of these other extra deck cards that I play besides Hextia. Link Karibo, Claire and Rushka sometimes, Prime Banshee almost never. But yeah, so that's pretty much for the rest of these Altergeist related cards that you actually might go into. But yeah, so we play a lot more removals. We play Akashic Magician, as well as Phoenix and Cerberus. So So yeah, these are kind of our removal. I would, in the future, I'm going to play Borload and Boral Sword. I just don't have those copies on me at the moment right now. But I would play those in substitute for these cards, which I'm about to show you. So right now I play Cherry's Targets, Kagari, Firewall, Dante, Toad, Electromite, which I'll probably cut. And then this is Awakening the Dragon Target, Redraptor, Ultimate Falcon. So yeah, I would cut these guys probably in the future for probably like Topologic Trispania or Bomber Dragon, Borload, Boral Sword, and I don't know, a few other removal cards. I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, that's just kind of a gist of what you can play in your extra deck if you decide to play Cherry's Targets. But yeah, you mostly end up just going into like your Hextias. You rarely go through all of your Hextias and then your one link Karibo or maybe Clara and Rushkus, like sometimes, almost never Prime Banshee. Yeah, you don't really use your extra deck like that much in Altergeist. So yeah, onto your side deck. 3 Cherries, but like in the future, I do plan to cut this card for Inspector Border when I do play Borload and Boral Sword. Inspector Border auto wins the Trickstar matchup, it auto wins the Mirror match, it auto wins so many other matchups. So yeah, Cherries right now, Cherries does like auto win a lot of matchups for you, but in the future I'm gonna sub this card out for Inspector Border. I play the last copy of Ghost Ogre for going second. This deck struggles going second, so having hand traps in your hand is very useful. And 3 Wiretap also for the Mirror. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still thinking about whether I want to cut it for something else, but yeah, I also play Evenly Matched is another card I don't have on me right now. They're actually all coming in the mail. I gotta get them. But yeah, I also play Evenly Matched in this deck. So I'm only showing you 12 out of the 15 extra deck cards. So yeah, then I play 2 Terraforming. So 2 Terraforming is forced to search out Secret Village. So if you're playing against Sky Striker, and Secret Village is pretty much an auto win against Sky Striker, siding this in is excellent. Like it allows you to see your Secret Village really fast. That's another reason why I like Secret Village over Anti-Spell or Imperial Order, is that you can play 5 copies of Spell. You can't like 5 copies of Floodgates that don't allow for spells. Whereas with like Anti-Spell, you can play 3 Anti-Spell, 1 Order, and I guess you can play Secret Village as well. But I don't think Anti-Spell's as good as Secret Village. And then for my last card, I play 3 copies of Waking the Dragon. So for this format, people are moving back row like crazy, and if you hit them and then you can summon your Ultimate Falcon on them, not only does that give you the potential to win that game like immediately, but you really scare your opponent for the future for them hitting your back row. Like they might think twice the next time before they activate that Twin Twister's MST or Heavy Stormduster to knock out your back row, which can actually help you out and allow you to continue to extend your plays. So that's why I play Waking the Dragon, guys. So yeah, so that kind of concludes the deck profile, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like I said, we're going to be posting 2 to 3 times a week while we're in college, and then when we're on break, we're going to pick it back up and probably post closer to 5 times a week. But yeah, guys, that's the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. This is kind of like anti-Thunder Dragon. It kind of takes out the meta. It takes anti-Thunder Dragon, anti-Sky Striker. It really knocks down the meta. I believe it's one of the best decks this format, Altergeist. But yeah, so that concludes the deck profile, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know down below what you guys want to see in future videos, and we'll see you all in the next video.